Welcome to this Pi tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how Pi can be used for covert and secret messaging. Pi probably provides the easiest way in the world to encrypt and decrypt files and data. However, in order to encrypt or decrypt a file, the original plaintext file has to exist on disk. Therefore, there is always a risk that the original plain text file could be inadvertently compromised. In order to mitigate this issue, Pi provides a feature that allows data to be encrypted and decrypted via the clipboard, which means that the plain text version of any message or data only ever exists in the clipboard, and not as a file on disk. So, let me now show you how that's done. When the Pi icon is double-clicked from the desktop, the main Pi screen is displayed as shown here. In order to encrypt a totally secret message, simply check the clipboard checkbox, and then select Encrypt, whereupon the secret message dialog is presented. In the blank text box, simply type the message you want to encrypt. It should be mentioned here that you can prepare text in another file, and cut and paste the text into this text box. However, it should be highlighted that, ideally, you shouldn't copy text from a file that exists on disk, because if you do, then you are compromising the use of this secret messaging feature. So, if you prepare a message or data in Notepad, Word, or any other editing program, then don't save that message or data to a file on disk. Once the text has been entered into the text box, select the public key that is to be used to encrypt the message from the public key drop-down list. Once the public key has been selected, simply select the Encrypt button, in order to encrypt the text displayed directly into the clipboard. If we now run Notepad, and paste the contents of the clipboard into it, by selecting Ctrl+V, we can see the encrypted message that Pi has created. Now that the encrypted message is in the clipboard, create an email, by using Outlook or any other email client, and paste the contents of the clipboard into it, and then send the message. The process just described works in a similar way when decrypting a message. If you receive an email containing an encrypted message, simply copy the encrypted message into the clipboard by highlighting the text and selecting Ctrl+C. And then, check the clipboard checkbox and select the Decrypt button, whereupon the Decrypt dialog is displayed. Once this dialog is displayed, select the appropriate private key, enter the private key's password, and then select Decrypt, whereupon the decrypted text will be copied into the read-only text box. It should be noted here that if Pi has only one private key, or one public key, then that private or public key will be automatically selected in the drop-down list, and the drop-down list will be read-only. In addition, if the configuration item named Autocomplete Default Password is set to yes, then on selecting the Decrypt icon, the password text box will be automatically populated with the Pi private key password. If the amount of text exceeds what can be seen in the text box, then select the Expand button, whereupon the whole text will be displayed in a more readable format. Well, that concludes this brief tutorial on how to encrypt and decrypt secret messages using Pi. I hope you found it useful, and don't forget to check out the many other Pi tutorials available. And thank you for watching.